I meant what I said when I spoke to you, that we consider Article 5 a sacred commitment. And I mean that literally, a sacred commitment. And so I think the value and the extent of the overwhelming mutual need for NATO is as much as it's ever been. You know, I can't think of a time where there's a greater need to unify and tighten the unity in Europe than there is today. I really mean it. There's a lot we have to do, I think, and this administration, and from the time I got elected to the United States Senate as a 29-year-old kid, I got here when I was 30, I have been deeply involved with and incredibly supportive of NATO and strengthening of NATO.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. It's really great to see you again and great to be back in the White House. And thank you for your strong, powerful commitment to NATO and for your leadership. And your very strong message on the need to strengthen alliances and strengthen NATO is something I really welcome. We face a wide range of different security challenges, and no ally can face them alone. Including Russia, China, terrorism, cyber and the security consequences of climate change, as we discussed at the climate meeting. Cyber, of course, we have seen that recently also in the United States. So in an age of global competition, we need to strengthen NATO, and that's exactly what we're going to do at the upcoming summit in Brussels. This is about reinforcing our collective defense. It's about strengthening our resilience. It's about sharpening the technological edge of our alliance, and it's about working more closely with partners. To do all that, we need to invest more, and the good news is that allies are investing more. European allies and Canada added $260 billion to their defense budgets in total since 2014, when we made the pledge at the NATO summit in Wales, and we had 7 consecutive years of increase. I think this demonstrates that North America and Europe, we stand together in NATO and sends a clear message of resolve and unity. And I think also it is the best way to demonstrate that we are actually now investing more in our collective defense, our shared security. A strong NATO is good for Europe, but it's also good for the United States. It is
absolutely
great advantage to have 29 friends and allies, and I look forward to addressing all the challenges together when the leaders meet.
I'll make it clear. I think NATO is as important to our security as we are to NATO. It is critical, essential to American security, stability, short-term and long-term, in my view.